Sorry about that. We're gonna have to split this up into two. I went a little bit long. So we were looking at this example 6 and talking about how to write this number. I didn't have enough space there, so I'm going to put my 2 over here so I have more space because 11 is a big number. And my decimal is at the back of the number because it has no decimal, so I assume it's at the back. And now I'm going to move it to the right 11 times. So I start here and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay? And then, like before, we're going to fill up all those spots with zeros. So this number would be very, very small. My decimal is here, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spaces. Because of negative 11. But again, notice that the negative exponent means a very, very small number. Okay, so now you are going to have a chance to go backwards and do these ones. And then we're going to do our last example, which is simplifying these, multiplying when you have a number times the scientific notation number. So here we go. When you are multiplying scientific notation, it might seem a little scary, but you don't have to worry about it. I will remind you that this just means times. So when you have 3 numbers being multiplied, like when you go 2 times 3 times 4, we know that we can multiply it in any order we want. We can go 2 times 4 and get 8, and then 8 times 3 is 24. Or we can go 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 4 is 24. Or we can go 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 times 2 is 24. But, so that doesn't really matter. So for that reason, you're basically telling us to take 7 times 4 times 10 to the 5th. So you can just multiply the 7 and the 4, and then times 10 to the 5th. So 7 times 4 is 28 times 10 to the 5th. Now, you will notice that it says write each answer using scientific notation. You can't leave your answer like this because 28 is not smaller than 10. So we assume, again, that the decimal is behind the number. So 28 point. And we need to move it 1 unit over so that we can get 2.8. Now the number 2.8 is larger than 1 but smaller than 10. But because we moved it 1 unit over, it means that we're going to have to take our exponent that was a 5 and make it a 6. Alrighty? So we're going to add 1 to that because we moved it to the left. Remember, when you're moving it to the left, you're adding those positive exponents. Okay? So it's going to be 2.8 times 10 to the 6th power. So in a similar fashion, we're going to come over here and do the same thing. We're going to take 0.5 times 1.2 and then times 10 to the negative 3. Okay? So 0.5 times 1.2 is 0.6. Okay, 0.6. But again, 0.6 is not larger than 1. So this time, I'm going to move my decimal to the right. So when I move it to the right, I'm actually going to subtract 1 decimal place. So this is going to, if I move it to the right, it's going to be a 6. And 6 is larger than 1, but smaller than 10. And because I moved it to the right, I'm going to take my negative 3 and subtract 1. So that'll be negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. So now this will be my answer for part B. So that is how you multiply numbers that have scientific notation in them. So again, in this case, I moved my decimal to the left. And when I move it to the left, I add 1 to the exponent. But when I move it to the right, I subtract 1 from the exponent. Okay, so now you can do this example, and then we're done. So thank you very much, and I need to stop this recording. I'll see you in class.